I would like to acknowledge that this video is being filmed on the traditional lands of the Wurrundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to their elders past and present, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islander or First Nations people who may be watching this video today. Hi everyone, it's Steph here, and today I'm going to be doing a couple of things with my digital reading journal. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up the basic template for my reading journal because I'm starting from scratch this year. And then I'm also going to set up the details of my reading journal. So the first part is going to be a very basic journal, which will be available for download for people who are interested in using it. And then I will show you how I'm going to actually set up the internal workings of the journal for myself for 2023. So at this stage, I am planning on combining those two things into one video, but we'll see how long this video gets. If you follow my channel, you guys know that I use GoodNotes. I have my 2022 journal that I have been using all year. This is the one that you guys have seen me update constantly through the year. And I originally started this journal using a journal that I had purchased from an Etsy store called Luxbook. What I discovered is that ultimately I am not using any of the layouts or templates that came with the journal anymore. So I thought this year I am actually going to start from scratch and I'm going to build mine from the ground up. There are going to be elements that I adapt from this planner because I did really like it, but yeah, I'm going to create one purely from the word go. So the first thing that we need to do is set up a new journal, and we're going to make a new notebook, and I am going to have no cover for now because I'm going to add one. And we are going to call this 2023 planner. It's just not a planner, it's a book journal. My gosh, Steph. So I have sent a bunch of templates to my camera on the iPad. So we're going to open it up, and the very first thing we're going to do is set up a cover page. Like I said, there are things that I do like about the planner that I'm working with, and that includes the black and white stripe. So this is just a template that I found on Canva that I have created, and I've added in this extra space here that I'm going to use for a title later on. I'm not going to do that now because, as I said, I'm creating a blank journal first, which means I'm going to pop in all the templates and things like that so that if people want to use it, you can download it and you can grab what you need. And then later on, I'll show you how I'm going to customize it specifically for me. So I'm working on an A4 size planner because I have these printed and bound at the end of the year. And here in Australia, A4 is our standard paper size. For anyone who is international, I'm not going to be creating it in different sizes because I am going to have this as a free downloadable, and I just don't have time to go and create things, particularly if it's just something that's going to be free. So I'm constantly adapting letter size to A4, so I'm sure you guys can do the same. So I'm going to add in another page, and we're going to start looking at some of the templates that I have created. So last year I had some downloadable templates that you could use. I'm going to put some of them in. They are slightly different to, well, actually, I'll show you what they are, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to keep them. So there was the to be read shelf. There was the book's read page where you could put in the covers of the book and the star rating. There was also a book review template. So if you were someone who wanted to actually spend some time writing out an actual review, you could use this one. And then the last one from last year was this little bookshelf, which people have many variations of these in their bullet journals and physical journals, and I did a digital one. I mean, look, I just like the look of it. It's pretty fun. I've done one of these in journals before as well. Those were the original templates that I had, and this year I have some new ones. Some of them are similar, and you'll notice that the color palette is a little bit different. So where are we going to start? The frustrating thing is these have not imported into the camera roll in the order that I had them. So let's start here. So we have the to be read template, which is similar. So this is if you have things that you are planning on reading during the year. You'll see the lines are a lot fainter and it's just a really simple header, but this you can drag and drop book covers in. So for example, you can resize it, and you can just pop it in one of those spots up here. So that's how that one works. Now, I also created some other various ones because I know people have different TBRs. So there is a digital TBR. So if you want to separate your physical and your digital TBR, I've got you covered. We have a digital one. There is a Kindle Unlimited one. And a physical TBR. So you can choose which one best fits you or have them as separate TBRs. Another fun one that I know a lot of people have used is the 23 and 23. So if you have 23 books you specifically want to read in 23, you have 23 spaces to put those in this layout. Then there is also an anticipated releases page. In fact, there are two of them. So there is the first 6 months of the year and the second 6 months of the year. And what I thought would be cool with this, you could either write in the various books that you are planning on reading, or you could grab little book covers and you can just stack them in there. You can make them as big as or as small as you like in this planner, but you're sort of only limited by your imagination for how you use this. But I wanted to keep it relatively clean with a lot of space, so you could either write, type, or add the pictures. That's why it goes over 2 pages. What else did I make this year? So this one is a monthly favorites. So there is a spot for each month of the year and then any notes that you want to make down the bottom. Then there is a reading stats tracker, and I did 2 of these because I also read manga. I know not everyone does. So the first one has books read, pages read, physical, digital, and audio count for reading stats. So just some basic things if you'd like to track that. Then the second option is books read, pages read, physical, digital, audio, or manga. So you can kind of pick and choose what is going to work for you. And then the very last tracker that is in here is this one, which is a reading tracker. Now you can use this in lots of different ways. I've kind of got an idea of how I want to use it, which might be for tracking how many pages I read each day. So there's a little spot over here that has a key, so you can decide how you want to color code this if you want. But then there is a box for every month across the top, and then every day in the month down the bottom. And then you can color in a box for that day, for that month, according to your key. So I thought that would be kind of fun to try in 2023. The other thing that I have are some other template pages. So this was another option I was considering for the front cover, but could also be for dividers, and then also a few other options for dividers as well. As I said, these I just made in Canva, so you could easily go in there and grab some various templates and bits and pieces and customize this however you like. All right, so those are all the template pages, which I'm going to reorder so that if you guys would like to download the free printable, you can have all of these templates and you can just import them into GoodNotes or your digital app of choice. And then if you stick around for the next part of this video, you're going to see me actually setting up how I'm going to be using my planner, because I'm not going to use all of these templates. They're not things that I always use, but I know that people who are getting into digital journaling like having templates. I'm a little bit more freeform in what I do, but I thought I would put this out there for people who might want to have a go and get started with it. All right, so we are on to the next part of the 2023 digital book journal setup. So hi, I'm on screen now. It is very late at night, so I am trying to fit this in where I can so I can get this video up in a timely manner. But it's been a few days since I've actually done the basic template, which I have created a second copy for myself so that I can customize it. I am going to keep the black and white stripe cover. I just really like it. It matches all the other ones that I have. So we're going to keep it, but we are going to add a title. And look, arguably, working in GoodNotes for design is not necessarily the easiest thing ever, but you can make it work. Now, for the front cover design, I think I'm going to go with these stickers. Now, they were from Pretty Planner Place on Etsy. I have a whole stack of their stickers. This is what it looks like. So you have a decorative sheet, then there's some functional stickers, which I won't use because they're more for bullet journaling and digital journaling in general. And also some washi strips as well down here. I'm just got to decide which rainbow I want to use. Probably this one down here. I think I'm happy with that. Am I happy with that? I don't know if I'm happy with the rainbow. What else could we try? Happy with that one, but we might just leave it for a minute before I, you know, decide. I might even wondering if I just swap out the rainbow for the other pot of flowers, but I'm not going to commit to that just yet. The way that I have set up my own particular journal is I have my front cover, I have the monthly reading stats, then I also have a reading tracker, which I will set up in a little bit. I've had to think about how I want to do this. I am going to have my anticipated releases, which I will start setting up in this video. And then I'm not going to do this part just yet because I think this is going to take a little bit of time. One evening is setting up my physical TBR, which is the only one I'm actually going to put on here because I want to try and reduce that again this year. I've got sort of the dividers that I may or may not use. I've also kept in the book's red spread. I don't think I'm going to use it, but I may choose to in the end. And I've also kept in the book review template. Again, not something I use very often, but it's handy just to have it in here. So not very many pages to start off this journal. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with it. So let's add some color to these pages. Thinking just maybe the washi tape might work here. Which one? That is the question. I wonder if we go these two. Maybe let's do some different washi on this one. Okay, so let's put in my key. We are going to go with zero to 200 pages. $200 to 300 pages. $300 to 400 pages. $400 to 500 pages. And 500 plus pages. All right, how are we going to do this? Okay, so I am going to track my pages read this year by day. So like I said, if I read less than 200 pages on January 1st, then I'm just going to color in that square and then we'll see if we can keep that up. Because I do actually track how many pages I read on a daily basis anyway, this will just be transferring things into a visual form, which I think would be kind of cool to do this year, but we'll see if I manage it. All right, then we come to anticipated releases. I do have some of my 2023 releases. Let's see if I can bring them up on my computer, not on the iPad, because we've already got enough going on, and I am not 100% convinced that this setup is not lagging. Let's start over here in January. What have we got? Those are my anticipated releases so far. Okay, physical TBR I will come back to at some point, maybe. But maybe let's just grab all of these. Okay, so now we're going to add in my January cover, and I've decided to use these sunflower images. Let's work out how I want to do this. So I've just imported a black background because I do actually prefer working on it, and also some blue sparkles, because in my 2022 journal, the thing that I had that was common on every page was my gold sparkly stars, and I really like that look. So I'm going to try this. I just grabbed these off Canva. They look kind of effective. I know that they're not very sunflowery, but that's kind of beside the point. Maybe if I take this. Can you tell I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's okay. We are totally just going to roll with this. Okay, I wonder if I can find a quote, as long as it's not a summer quote about June, because summer is not in June over here. Oh, okay, I found one. For now, let's do this in white so I can see. Let's see if there is a method to my madness. Okay, I think that might be a January page. So let's just try something for fun. Kind of torn. I do like the white, but I will more consistently go for black. So I can always change that later on if I change my mind. All right, then the last few things that I'll set up. So this will be my video tracking page. And then this can be the start of my reading journal page. Now, there were a few other things that I wanted to really quickly set up. Move this over here. Don't know about you guys, but I find it hilarious to collect bookish memes. And every now and then I try and collect them. So I'll make space for that in here. I think that might be where I start. So because I don't have any links in here, this is what I do to keep track of everything. I add them to my outline, which basically makes it like a contents page. Now I only need to do the first page of anticipated releases. And this. And then when I go into here, I can go to outlines and I have my contents page. So this is just how I move around. So I can do it by thumbnails or I can do it by outlines. Most of the time I just do it by thumbnails, but the outlines are handy every now and then. So yes. Here's the final flip through, I suppose. I think the rainbow's growing on me. So reading stats, reading tracker, anticipated releases, which will fill out more as I get more books that I know I want to read. Physical TBR, which I will populate. Just wondering though. Just a fraction. That's better. I'm actually really happy with this title page. You know what? I don't like that. I do, however, like that. And then, oh, I suppose I should add that to the outline as well. All right, so that is how I have set up my reading journal for 2023. Hopefully you guys found it useful. As I said, if you want to use any of the templates, you can download a PDF that you can upload into GoodNotes or any of those apps that you might be using that are based on a PDF. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed watching this and that you will stick around for more content. I will probably do another journaling live in January, maybe with Bree and Heather, and you can see how the start of this journal is going. If you do download a copy of the journal, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to know that people find it useful. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.